Good morning. You're on Widow's Path. My name is Greta, and I've been a widow for almost 4 years. 3 years, 7 months, so many days, if you want to be exact. Um, I decided to start this channel just because there's such a lack of help in my area or people to talk to who truly understand being a widow. And I just need a place of release, somewhere to talk. And I would catch myself driving down the road in my car, talking it out with myself and with whatever was around me. And I got to thinking one day, I just wondered if I was the only widow out there who had this same problem and had a need. And I thought, if I could talk to them and then they could talk to me, and then maybe it would bring some peace to both of our hearts and minds. So I decided I'm just going to start a YouTube channel. And if nobody watches it, that's fine. But if it helps me in being able to just speak out what's in my mind in the daily life of my being a widow, then that's perfectly fine. That's what I'm here for. When I first became a widow, that day was the worst day of my life. And I'm not going to sit here and go into all the details of that day or the incidents that happened at this time. It's just that on April 25th, 2022, I became a widow. And life stopped. It was so surreal for so long that I didn't deal with it because I was numb. There was preparations. There was so many people around me that I had to be strong for. So, I tucked that away. And when all the dust cleared and everything settled, things started to get real in my mind. The reaching for the other side of the bed out of nature. You have a spouse, and it's the most natural thing to reach out across the bed through the night or in the mornings. And let me tell you, when that person's gone, you still do it. And the only difference is if they're on vacation or at the buddy's house or running into the bathroom or the kitchen for a cookie, uh, they're coming back. But to feel that empty space in the dark and know, reality starts to set in. And that was the beginning. And I'm not going to cry through these videos. That was the beginning of my, oh my goodness, I am alone. I'm alone. And I have to care for myself and things. How do I do this? How do I do this? And almost 4 years later, I'm still trying to figure out how do I do this. And I have good days and I have bad days. I have good moments and I have bad moments. And things can just spin upside down in the blink of an eye. But I want to hold on, and I want to talk my way through all this on these videos. And I hope that there is, even if there's just one person out there that this can bring comfort to or peace in some way, then I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be putting myself out here like this because I'm really not sure about this. Know that you're not alone. What helped me the most was, and is helping me still, are the few widows that I do know, widowers, and widows, and to have some quirky something going on and thinking to myself that this is it. Greta's flipping her lid. I'm going off the rocker. Uh, you know, and mention it to these people, and 9 times out of 10 they'll say yes. I did that. I understand that, or they will finish the sentence that you're saying. And so you know that it's a part of the process. Do you want to call it a process? I call it an ordeal. But yeah, widow brain, I guess, was the first thing that I dealt with. And it literally, there was just a fog came into my mind. It was just a fog, and there was just things weren't right in my head, and thoughts weren't right, and things that were going on, and um, just out of desperation, because I don't want to say to people these things and then be like, oh, she's losing her mind, we're gonna have to put her somewhere, she's in rough shape, she ain't gonna make it. And I didn't want to go through all that. So yeah, I searched out my symptoms, which everybody says you should never Google your symptoms, but I searched it out, and there it was, widow's brain. I read it, and I thought, exactly, that's what it is. It matches up. And if I'd have read that and not been a widow, I'd have thought, that's some lame something somebody's made up. No. But, you know, everybody knows grief in some form. You've lost a grandparent, you've lost a parent, you've lost a pet even, that are so dear to you. You know, we grieve so many things. And every person, I truly believe, processes and handles grief in different ways. None the same. And I believe including widows and widowers. We process, I can't speak for anyone else on this path, but I process my grief by hiding. I discovered in those first days when things were busy and I had something to keep my mind into, I didn't have to deal with it. So I threw myself into work. It started out of necessity, because where I'm at, in eastern Tennessee, the only thing that I was responsible for in my husband's debt, in his name, was medical bills. So we had 6 years of medical bills. So I took a second job, and I was working 70 plus hours a week, coming home, taking care of house, trying to take care of a few tomato plants out in the yard, things like that, just to make a normalcy for myself. And it kept me busy. And as I got bills paid off and things were calming down for me, and I slowed down a little bit, I left my first main job and went full time at my secondary job, which has been a lifesaver, because they are a wonderful family to me. And those things started to settle in that I had just been hiding. So now that I'm working the one job, 40 hours a week, it's here, and it's here to be dealt with. And I'm doing the best I can with it. Today is a good day for me. I woke up. I've not. I didn't wake up in tears. I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to start this YouTube channel and see where it takes me. I'm just hoping I don't screw this up beyond repair. And I'm hopefully looking forward to meeting some people in the same situation that may even have some advice for me. Just to know that we're in this club. I have a widow friend, and she calls it a club because she's convinced that you're marked when you're a widow. But we may talk about that down the road. We may even bring her in and let her talk to us about that. But anyway, I'm going to end this video today, and hopefully I'm going to try to do at least one a week. We'll see where it goes. But have a good day. Do something good for yourself today.